It feels great. This is a legendary, the best bowl game you could ever go to, something you dream about, as a kid. And we're here now. We're here playing a great, Alabama team. It feels good, man.
So would you say you like running more inside or outside? Do you want to be going in the A gap, the B gap, or give you that tall sweep?
I like inside zone just because it can end up going outside. And I like going downhill so I can see everything. Outside zone you can't necessarily see everything. I like seeing the whole field, so that's my favorite.
All right, last question, man. Which lineman is your biggest one?
Our biggest lineman that we have on the team, probably Big Miles hitting.
How tall is he?
6'7". He might be pushing 6'8". I don't know. 330. He's a big son of a gun. That's a big dude.
You could have ran for in high school if he was one of your linemen.
I know, and I had some good offensive linemen in high school. Shit.
Blake, since you guys got out here, what's the tone and the vibe been like at practice?
The vibe and the tone has been at a high level. Our execution has been at a high level. We're just out there having fun, enjoying the palm trees, just taking it all in, trying to remain calm. But it's been great. We're having a blast here in California at the Rose Bowl, so it's been wonderful.
Note that revamped schedule, you guys kind of dialed back the physicality. Did it get dialed back up when you got back out here, or is that just for Monday?
Monday we had kind of like a walkthrough type practice, and then we had a good full padded practice Tuesday. We had upper shells yesterday, and so it's been good. We're sticking to the game plan that Coach Harbaugh, is putting forth. And it's been great. Our bodies feel good. We feel fresh, but we also, have been putting in work. So, I like the way we went about it. This go around, and I think we'll all be ready for Monday.
Like, I was just curious, did you catch any of the Ohio State game last night? Or?
Yeah, I did. I caught a little bit of it, but we had a comedy night, and the dude was hilarious. Nate Jackson was his name, I believe, and he was funny. But I caught a little bit of the game, not too much though.
What'd you make of that?
Shit. I mean, it was a good game. A good game. I don't have really no comments to really say about it. I'm kind of just focused on my game, but it was a good overall game. Yeah.
Blake, you're obviously coming down to the wire here with your career a little bit. Just 3 years in a row playoff. You're healthy. You're ready to gear up against Alabama. Have you had a chance to think about that?
I've thought about it a lot, and God works in mysterious ways. This time last year, I was getting treatment in California, where I got surgery in California as well. So, God works in mysterious ways. And now I'm back in LA, but I'm healthy this time, and it feels great. Though my career's coming to an end, it's been the best 4 years, with the best fan base. I'm blessed to have such a wonderful university. It's been wonderful. I'm definitely taking these last, moments in. It's been a heck of a journey, a heck of a ride.
Coach Moore said yesterday that he thought you packed more muscle on over the last month. What have you been doing for about a month getting ready for this one?
Just been eating better than ever. Working out, just taking care of my body, drinking a lot of fluids. I feel great, man. I feel great, and I had to just try to up my game the most that I could, to make sure we get over that hump this year. And I think we will. I think we're prepared. I think the game plan that we have in is really well. And so, I'm excited for Monday.
Blake, historically, Michigan football, when they have championship level seasons, they're synonymous with the Rose Bowl. Did you ever think that you would get here the way everything was kind of set up?
I never really thought about it until it actually happened. And when I knew we were going into the college football playoffs, I wanted to play in the Rose Bowl. That's the game everyone dreams of. And not that the Rose Bowl, the Rose Bowl itself is a great game, but the Rose Bowl and the college football playoffs, that's like a whole nother level, So, I'm really excited to play in the Rose Bowl, especially against a great team like Alabama, coached by a great coach, and it's something you dream of.
Is it like a 2-for-1 special?
Oh, 2-for-1 special. You can't beat it. You're in the college football playoffs, and you're in the granddaddy of them all. You know, I'm blessed to be here.
How often do you get out here to Los Angeles? You probably haven't played too many. You talked about, recovering out here. You probably haven't played too many games out here.
My first time to LA was actually coming here to get surgery. And so this is my third time back. I came to LA twice last year just for checkups and stuff, but it's my third time back, and it's crazy. Like I said, what a year can do. 1 year, it's like, dang, like it's done and over with. I was on the sidelines watching the guys. Now I'm back in LA, but I'm healthy, feeling good, excited to go.
So with that said, what would it mean to you for your first game here in LA to be successful, being that, every other time you've come here, related to injury?
Yeah, I mean, it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot, not really just because of the injury or anything like that. Just, to, just win the game. A game that we played in, the past 2 years. Going on year 3, just to win, finally get over the hump. It would mean a lot. It's not about, just because I got surgery in LA and that's bad juju, but it would mean a lot just to win for Michigan. And to do it in LA and at the Rose Bowl, it doesn't get better than that.
And because it's raining, I understand that you don't get to practice at SoFi Stadium. I feel like that's a special treat.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to practice there. I heard it's a beautiful spot. I've never been there. I've only seen it on TV, and so I'm excited to see what the venue looks like.
Because last year you guys were 1 game away from playing in it.
What was that again?
I said last year you were 1 game away from actually playing at SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, one game away. So that not that it matters. I'm just excited to see the venue, see what it's talking about. Yeah, no problem.
You guys have been traded what happened the last 2 years for a win, but do you think there's something to going through those struggles to get over that hump?
Yeah, I think, the way I look at it, you either learn from your losses or you don't. And I think we've learned, through our struggles, what went wrong, what we did wrong, how can we get better, the past 2 years. And I think we, fixed some things up. Now we have a little new recipe. And so, I think we learned from our mistakes, and going into this game, you can't make mistakes. And you also can't think about the past, you can only think about the present. And I think where we're at right now with this team, what we've been through this year, I think it's made us stronger mentally, physically. And I think we'll be ready for Monday and to finally just say, we got over the hump and, we're going to the national championship. But we can't even think about the national championship right now. We just got to think about Alabama because they're a great team, Like I said, coached by a great coach, and that's the only thing we can think about. Yeah, I think I already see in him how he's going to be a great leader. He's a vocal guy. He got in front of the team with the other early enrollees, and he just spoke really well. And I can see, as a quarterback, you need to be a leader on the team. You need to be the field general, just like JJ is. And I see that in Davis, So I'm excited to see, how he can, grow over the off season. Spring ball. Coming in early is a huge benefit. And so I'm excited to see his growth and see what he can do because he's going to be special.
I wonder if Michigan can't get over the hump, say it hasn't happened the last 2 times. Do you view it as, well, this is a different Michigan team? You should be judged on those, or do you view that it's the same team that just
You could look at it 2 ways. The way I look at it is, the last 2 years, I just say the better team won. I don't make no excuses. The better team won. They made less mistakes. Georgia was a great team. TCU was a great team. They beat us. So I say we learn from our mistakes. And going into this game, one thing we have to do, 2 things. We have to start fast, and we got to execute at a high level with minimal mistakes. So, I think those are 2 things that we've been working on, and that we'll do come Monday. But we just learn from our past. We've already done things, this camp, I call it, that, we didn't do the last couple of years, and I think it's benefited the team. So, I'm excited for Monday. We don't really think about the past. Only we stand where our feet are, and so we'll be ready for Monday and to get over that hump.
without being specific, but generally, what type of things have you done different?
One thing I'll just say is, last couple of years we've been hitting a lot, we hit a lot, and Coach Harbaugh realized some things, and we've still hit this camp, but we've also taken care of our bodies. We go shorts more. We just go upper shells. Helmets and shoulder pads. A little more without all the banging. We've been banging all year. We don't need to bang too much. We'll bang Monday, but we've had a great December camp, and we'll be ready come Monday.
Championship or bust mentality, does that ever become a burden? Like, because if you don't win it, you win 3 times.
Mhm.
How do you handle that?
I mean, I don't really care what people say at the end of the day, but for me, I try to stand on what I say, and I'm pretty good at it. And so, I did say before the season, it's a championship or bust type of season, and I stand on that. So I'm gonna do everything in my power, to make sure, this team is ready come Monday. We're fired up, and we're ready to take the field and play Alabama. So, like I said, I don't get into what media says and things like that. Everyone is able to have their own opinions, but for me, and what I said before the season, I still stand on it. It is championship or bust.
What's your big takeaway on Alabama on their defense?
I mean, my big takeaway is they're a great defense. They're athletic as heck. They fly around. They try to beat each other to the ball. Dallas Turner, dog. And one of my teammates, Chris Braswell, dog. They have two great corners with Kool-Aid, and just a great team. Coached by great coaches, and I know they're going to come to play, but best believe we're coming to play, and I expect a great Rose Bowl game. I expect the fans to be loud and it to be a great experience for everyone viewing. It's just going to be a great day. But overall, great defense that Alabama has, and I'm excited to play against them.
You said you know Chris.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like?
High school teammate. Yeah.
So you got any memories of playing together? Like,
Nah, I mean, Chris was a beast. He still is. So everyone that goes to St. Francis, is a dog at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But Chris is a beast. I'm excited to see him on the field. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's a beast.
recruited by any SEC schools?
Georgia. I gotta go back and look. I can't really remember, but yeah.
Why did you decide to go to Michigan?
It was just the right fit for me. Best decision I ever made in terms of football, in terms of my degree. We have the biggest living alumni base in the world. And Michigan fans, Michigan alum, they show that. They love the players, they love their university, and they're always trying to help, any way they can. So, coming to Michigan, it really wasn't even about football. It was about setting myself up, my future family up for the next 40 years, and I've done that. I tell a lot of people, like, say I didn't go to the NFL next year, and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm thinking about now, but say I didn't. Like, I already won. Because I have a Michigan degree. I won at life. That Michigan degree goes a long way. That Michigan connections goes a long way. And, I'm going to be good for life.
What did you major in?
Sport management. Yeah.
Coming up on a year since you made your decision to come back, what have you learned about yourself this year?
I've grown, man. I've grown as a man. I've grown spiritually. I've learned a lot just throughout the journey, through all the trials and the tribulations, you could call it. So what I've learned is, I'm a happy guy, man. I'm always trying to make someone else smile. If someone's down, I'm always picking them up. Just trying to see the best in the world, because, every time I wake up, it's a blessing. Every time I get to wake up and breathe and smell and stand, I just thank God for everything. But what I realized along my journey was I didn't practice what I preached. So when I did get surgery, I fell into a little hole, where I started doubting myself. Maybe I even doubted God at some point, and that wasn't me. When everyone else is down, and you got this, you're gonna be good. You guys see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I wasn't doing that. So that's something I learned about myself, and that's where I became more spiritual. I connected with God more, and it's been good. Like I tell everyone, like I'm blessed. I don't want to say I'm glad I got injured, but it helped me become a better man, and I appreciate it. Yep.
We'll see what happens with Donovan coming back next year now, but how do you feel about this running back room that you'll leave behind?
I think when I leave, whether Donovan comes back or not, but they're going to be ready. Khalil Mullings, we've seen what he could do, throughout the year. Ben Hall and Cole Cabanas, he's looking pretty good. He's gotten a lot better along his freshman year. So, it's a great running back room. And if Donovan does come back, oh my God, that running back room's stacked. And the thing about our running back room and what Coach Hart does a great job at is just making sure, we all have like good connections, good vibes. Like we all love each other, we all push each other, and no one cares who gets the ball, no one cares who scores the touchdown. We just want to see each other succeed, and that's what's special about this running back room. And I know it could be a conflict in other rooms, but it's not in ours. A guy that reminds me of myself. I wouldn't say there's a guy that reminds me of myself. I just try to take a little bit from, running backs that I like, whether that be, Barry Sanders. I try to take a little bit from him and add it to my own game. Or, Marshawn Lynch, just beast mode, just the mindset. I try to add that to my game. The Alvin Kamara and, there's a lot of running backs I can go down that I just watch and, all right, I'm going to add that to my toolbox. But I wouldn't say there's a running back that, I try to be like. I try to be myself, but I try to use all those greats and what they did and put it in my own toolbox. Say that one time. How am I preparing mentally for this big game is, just how I prepare, for a game like, we're playing Ohio State or Penn State. I'm giving it my all. It's not that type of vibe because you got to look at each team the same. Whether you're playing Bowling Green or Alabama. Obviously, Bama's a great team. What team? What? Nah, playing against Alabama, it's going to be a great game. I'm excited because it's Alabama. It's Nick Saban, but we're Michigan and we got Jim Harbaugh, so, like I said, every game I get fired up for, but obviously we're in the Rose Bowl. We're playing against Alabama. It's two great legendary universities just going at it. So yeah, this game does get me fired up, but I wouldn't say it changes, any type of dynamics. It's just a great game. I've been studying the defense. They have a great defense coached by great coaches, and like I said, you got to treat it like. Just like it's a game, but it's a little more, but you can't do more just because, it's the Rose Bowl or just because it's Alabama. You got to stick to the plan because when you start doing more, that's when things, you start messing up, you start overthinking and stuff like that. So, I'm treating it as Alabama's a great team, so I've been studying really hard and I'm going to treat it as such, as a big game, but, nothing that gets me like, yeah. Yeah, it's pros and cons, I guess, that come with it. You watch the same plays over and over again when you're watching film, but then it's like, dang, like when's the game gonna be here? Like I'm sick of hitting my teammates. I'm sick of going against my teammates. Like, I want to go against, a different color. So there's pros and cons to it. You get to study so much, and that when you get to the game, like you literally like might know exactly what they're gonna do. But no team is going to let you know. Like, they're going to change some things, They're going to bring different blitzes, that we've studied. But there's pros and cons that come with it. But Monday is right around the corner now, so I'm glad. I'm glad it's right around there. It's almost there.
Good luck, man.
I appreciate it.
You had so much happening off the field this season with the coach and everything. How did this team keep it together and keep going and stand steady as they did?
We just came together, and a team that I thought couldn't get any closer because we have a tight team, man, tight-knit team. We did. We didn't let the outside sources, outside people bother us. We didn't let anyone, change our thoughts or what we thought about ourselves, about this team. We just kept pushing, man. And when adversity hits, you can do two things. You can crumble or you can keep going, and we just kept going. We knew there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, and we didn't let anyone bother us. We knew our mission, and we knew we had to complete the mission. And the mission's not complete. We're still going forward, but that's how we kind of attack the season with everything that's happened.
You credit that toughness to the coaches, to the team captains. Who's responsible for that?
I think it's everyone. It's not one person. That's what makes a great team. A team together, everyone accomplishes more, and that's what made us great. It's not one coach, it's not one captain, it's not one player, but it's all of us coming together that we all bought into. All right, this is our mindset. This is how we're going to attack each and every day. This is how we're going to stick together and just fight for our brothers. So I wouldn't credit it to anyone, but more so just the team.
Like, you taking time to reflect on your personal journey, a small town on the East Coast, what has it been like?
It's been a heck of a journey, man. Just coming from a small town, now you could call it the big leagues, but it's been a journey, man. Just the things that I've done, things I've had to go through. Driving to high school, 2 hours there, 2 hours back every day, and now here at Michigan, on our third college football playoffs. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But God is good, and I do reflect on it, especially just because I was here getting surgery last year. So this is my third time back to LA, and but this time, I'm healthy, feeling good, and so yeah, I do reflect on my journey because it's been a good journey, man.
Is that leg injury like a gratitude for this year not being able to play last
Yeah,
year?
it does, because I don't, I'm taking it all in, because this time last year, like I said, I was on crutches, so I'm definitely appreciative for this opportunity just to be back, but healthy this time, and so most definitely, yeah.
We're ready to go.
How are you?
All right, RB Blake Corum talking to Michigan running back. Set a bunch of records this season, but the most important thing is the scar is finally healed.
It's
There's no
healing.
blood on your nose.
Yeah, the scar is healing, but it might bust open again Monday. You never know what's gonna happen, but as of right now, it's looking pretty good. It's healing.
So tell us what it's like. You mentioned this just a second ago. Third college playoff game for you. What needs to be different to actually win one, get over the hump, and to play for a national championship?
Yeah, I've been telling everyone there's a couple things we have to do different, and that's start fast. In a game like this, you can't get behind the 8 ball because it's hard to catch up. Two great teams going at it. It's hard to catch up. You have to start fast. Another thing is you can't make mistakes. Minimal mistakes, and you got to execute at a high level. And I think that we've been doing that in practice all week, all December camp, I call it. And I'm excited for Monday. But those are a couple things we have to do this go around if we want to be successful and win.
You guys have such an identity in running the ball. Maybe a little less explosive at times this season, but how confident are you in that unit, that offensive line, your front line heading into the next one?
I'm really confident in him. And John Jansen came to talk to us the other day. A great, tackle for the Michigan Wolverines. They had a great NFL career, and he pumped him up. And I believe in my offensive line. And you're right. We haven't been as explosive as we wanted to, but we've got the job done. And that's all that matters at the end of the day is winning and making sure we get the job done. But I believe in my offensive line. I think they're prepared. I think they've been studying a lot, and they're going to be ready for Monday. And I wouldn't want to run behind anyone else. And I tell them, just strain, keep going, and I'm going to make y'all look good.
All right, congrats.
Thank you.
Blake, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
The ABC in Birmingham, Alabama. Just a couple questions about the Tide. Have you had a chance to watch any of their games this year outside of your film work? Is Alabama a team, like, when you're done with your game early, that you watch the Tide?
When I'm done with my game, I kind of just chill with my family. But I might have a game plan, but I'm not really buying into it. Just look at it here and there. But I've watched a lot of film on Alabama, and they're a great dang team. Great coached by great coaches, and they have great players that just fly around and try to beat each other to the ball. And so Alabama's a great team.
We're cutting Michigan touchdowns this season. We're looking for the big explosive play, and you have a lot of it. But you guys pride yourself on being so tough in the red zone, within the 10, within the 5. When you guys get it down in there, how confident are you guys that you can always punch it in for 6?
If this is the level of confidence, we're up here. We believe in each other, and we know, you have to get in. You have to put points on the board, and we don't want to put 3 on it. We want to put 7. So, we believe in the offensive line that they can get a good push. And I tell them, like, I'm going to do everything I can. Just it's a mindset at the end of the day, to make sure we get it in there, whether we run it or pass it. But we know we have to get in when we get inside that 10.
When you think of Nick Saban, what comes to mind?
Legendary coach, someone that's been successful as heck, someone that knows how to win. It was great, meeting him for the first time the other day, but he's a great coach.
When you think of Coach Harbaugh, I think a lot of people have him a little misunderstood. What does he do maybe away from the cameras, away from the scenes to try to motivate you guys?
Coach Harbaugh is Coach Harbaugh at all times. He's a consistent man, a great man. But what he says to the team, I'm not going to say it, but, he gives us just a little bit at a time, and his speeches, like his pregame speech, it gets me fired up. And I've told the media, like, I've missed it a couple times this year, with him being suspended, but, his pregame speech gets me ready to go. It gets me ready to run through a wall. And, I love Coach Harbaugh. He's a great coach. I love that guy.
I got two more for you. I know you guys got a great deal of alumni from Michigan that are in the NFL or are playing. Do you have any relationship with Tom Brady?
No, I do not. I don't have a relationship with Tom Brady, but he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
And then finally, has it dawned on you just 20, 40 years later, you're going to look back Alabama, Michigan, and the Rose Bowl, as far as like a helmet game goes, how beautiful the aesthetic is going to look on Monday?
No, it hasn't dawned on me, but maybe it will, maybe after the game. But right now, I'm just excited to play in the game, But after the game, I'll look back like, dang, I played in the Rose Bowl.
Blake, good luck Monday.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Blake, I'm sorry if you asked this question already, but 55 touchdowns, tied for the record, Michigan record. Just talk about what would it mean to you to get that extra touchdown in the Rose Bowl?
It would mean a lot. Get the extra touchdown, just have the record. But in a game, the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl, it would mean a little something different. So, it would mean a lot, and hopefully we can get that Monday.
Your legacy here, what do you want to leave behind? What are you going to remember from Michigan?
Michigan has been so good to me, and I hope I've been good to Michigan. But something I just want to leave behind is just, not really on the field, just as a good human being. Someone that made a difference, someone that made people smile, someone that, helped out in the community. That's what I really want to leave behind. But after that, I hope people view me as, someone they loved watching on Saturdays and hopefully the youngsters look up to. So that's how I want to be remembered.
Gotta get goofy. Taylor Swift made a big splash in the NFL this year. Do you have a favorite Taylor Swift song?
This might sound crazy, but I don't. But I've seen the NFL has taken off with the, Taylor Swift. So it's been great. I'm sure it's good for the revenue too.
Who's the most likely teammate on this team to listen to Taylor Swift?
Drake Nugent. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. What you got?
Wait. I have a question, Blake.
What?
So, being that you're a running back for the Michigan Wolverines, the #1 team of them all, I heard it's this freshman number 6 on y'all team. I don't know his name. I don't know what position he plays.
Yeah, you talking about Hillman?
Hillman?
Yeah.
I heard that guy's a hard hitter. What would happen if you and Hillman meet in the hole?
I've talked to Hillman a couple times, and I tell him he better be ready every practice, just because you never know what could happen. And I don't hit a lot of practice, but what would happen? Due to me just talking to him, I told him you got to work on wrapping up. You're a hard hitter, but when you go against these, I got tree trunks of legs. So when you hit tree trunks, you might just bounce off. So I said, he has to mature a little bit, if he wants to hit something like this. But probably knock his head off. Hey, you too.
I do the social media for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
We asked for some fan questions.
Yeah.
Somebody had one for you, just describing Coach Harbaugh in one word. You mind doing like a selfie video for it?
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I'm Blake Corum.
When you're done, we're going to take you to Big Ten Network set.
Okay.
We're going to give you a little break and go over there.
There you go.
Like, do I say, what's up, y'all, Blake Corum?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of like the best word I could possibly think of. What's good, y'all? Blake Corum here. And if I could describe Coach Harbaugh with one word, what would it be? Humble. That man is so humble with all of his accomplishments that he's had. Super Bowl, third college football playoff. He's a humble man and a holy man. So, shout out Coach Harbaugh. No problem.
All right, we're gonna go over the Big Ten.
Bathroom?
Yeah, let's say also.
The other thing I was curious about is just, and don't take this in a negative way, but smaller, I'm obsessed with smaller backs because I'm a smaller person. Like, how do small people succeed in a big people sport? What are some things you have found?
Mindset.
Huh?
Your mindset. A lot of people will say a lot of things. I know growing up, I've never been a big guy, but I've always been strong. And I'll work anyone. So when it comes to a weight room, I go pound for pound, honestly with anyone. And so it's a mindset at the end of the day, and just knowing that, just because you might be strong in nature, where are you better than some people? You got to be better than some people in some ways. And for me, it might be my side-to-side movement, my agility, my quickness, my burst. But I also think just my mindset and my strength that I carry within my legs and work ethic. I think that's what separates, Derrick Henry from, Eckler.
Right. And then how long did this take to heal? Because I remember several shots of, the blood running down your face.
Weeks. Took
Did you
weeks.
have to get stitches?
I got stitches.
How many?
I think it was like 8.
8 stitches, wow.
And one of them popped open Maryland game. We took the stitches out and we put some butterflies on it. So it took weeks. Hopefully Monday it doesn't pop back
That's
open.
one of those iconic shots of the
I
season.
know, that's one of my favorite
That's
shots.
going to be like one of the postcards.
Nah, it's gonna. Whenever I have a man cave one day, that's going in there.
For like the whole sport of football.
Right.
Thanks for taking time on the phone. I appreciate it.
Nah, most definitely, yes sir.
I mean, it's like you've heard it a million times, but this is why we like covering this sport, is seeing dudes who put in the work and have appreciation for it, and have a life outside of this, right?
Nah, that's it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you both.
Do you do anything special for leg drive or balance? Like, tell me in your workouts, anything
Yeah.
you do that's interesting or unique for agility and leg drive?
Yeah, so what we have here in Michigan is called slack block. And so it's a foam pad that sits on a piece of hard, I guess you could call it wood. And we pick up medicine balls, it's all on one leg. And it's easy to fall off if you don't have good balance. And so, we pick up medicine balls. Coach Herb does things where he'll place a piece of corn, like popcorn, the kernel. We'll have to pick that up, set it back down. I have them throw tennis balls, catching them, everything on one leg, because that's what the game is. Everything on one leg. So, that's how I think, my balance is pretty well. But, that's something we do.
Is there something like where you would like put into words like the philosophy of running no matter what the defense throws? I mean, you get 20 touchdowns against an 8-man plus box. That's not normal. That's basically scoring when everybody knows you're running.
Yeah.
And it's like conventional wisdom to say, let's look for some other way to get the ball to the end zone. You guys just say,
Yeah.
we're going right through an 8-man, 9-man box.
Yeah, I mean, we've had an 8-9-man box all season, and that's why when people say and why are your explosives so down, it's because they're stacking the box. It's harder. Where the previous years, people were spread out, but teams catch on.
But is there something that sums up? It doesn't matter what you
It
tell
doesn't.
us we're going.
It's a mindset, man. We know that our offensive line, they're gonna be able to get enough of a push, and I tell them I don't need much, just strain and give me something that I can see. It could be the smallest little gap, and I try, being a smaller back but a stronger back, I'm able to, find those little creases, those little holes, and at the end of the day, we know, especially when we get inside that red zone, inside the 10, we have to score. We don't want 3 points, we want 7, and so it's a mindset along with just, offensive line and tight ends getting a great push and, just straining.
I know you said you get the picture for the man cave someday, but it's a moment. I don't know if you touched this when I talked to you. Zach goes down, awful feeling, silent, and they get the chant going. Next play, you house it, and I don't know
know how you thought to do the 6'5" or where that came to you, but I mean, like, no matter what
You know,
you do, whatever walk of life, that feels like a moment
that's a moment. That's a moment that's going to stick with me forever. Just because in that moment, I felt for Zach because I feel like I was in a similar situation the previous year. You know, at the end of the season, you go down, like you're having a great season, and you know, part of you is like, damn, you know, I'm gonna go chase my dreams. I'm gonna go to the NFL, and you know, Zach still is, but you know, I felt for him. Like, dang, man, Ohio State game, break your fibula and tibula. And I knew we had to do something. And the offensive line knew we had to do something for Zach, and it just happened. I went right, and the linebacker thought I was going right, and the hole open. It was one-on-one with the safety.
You could feel that in the way the guys who had themselves a serious injury to end the game can't feel it. You did live it. So, I mean, I don't know if it's inspiration. You just sort of like clear your mind, get ready for the next play. Because that's the nature of the sport. It goes on.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be ready for the next play, but it's still in the back of your head. It's like, dang, like that's my guy. I feel for him, and he's like just like myself. Like he came back for unfinished business too, and so that made it even more emotional. But you know, we had to win. We had to win.
So last thing for me, your surgery was the day.
So my surgery was December 2nd.
Oh, no, okay.
I stayed in LA for a week, went back to Michigan, and then when the team left to go to Arizona, I flew back to LA to get treatment, and then I drove to Arizona.
Okay, so December 2, not Jan 2. I was up there. So your surgery was a month before the game.
Correct.
But you drove here from Arizona?
Yeah, I flew here and drove to Arizona. It was my girlfriend and I. Yeah.
So, Blake, I wanted to ask about your offensive coordinator, Sharon Moore. Seems like personality-wise, he gives a nice sort of compliment to Coach Harbaugh. What was it like when it was just Coach Moore on the sidelines for those 3 games at the end of the season?
It was great. You know, it was great. Obviously, you know, we miss Coach Harbaugh. You know, that's our guy. But it was great having Coach Moore there. His attention to detail, like he's gonna be a great head coach. Obviously, you know, he has some of the more of the top 10 wins than, you know, head coaches that have been head coaches, you know, for a long time. And so, you know, he knows what he's doing. He's a great offensive coordinator, but he's a great head coach. He's a great man. He knows how to, you know, run a team, and that's what made him successful. Like, you know, he watched Coach Harbaugh over the years, and you know, he put his own little, you know, spice on it. But great head coach, great man.
And how do you see them interact day to day? Like, do you sort of have like a good cop, bad cop situation with the two of them, or like, how does that play out in terms of how they relate to the players?
You know, I kind of view them as good and good.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a good cop, bad cop, but Coach Harbaugh, he's a great coach. You know, he's very positive. Obviously, you know, if a player needs to be, you know, hounded on a little bit, he can do that too. But overall, Coach Harbaugh's a positive guy, just like Coach Moore, all positive. You know, they teach. You know, that's what they believe in. They believe in teaching, not saying, why'd you do that? You know, they believe in teaching. Like, this is what you do, this is how you get better. And they're both just great. Coach Harbaugh's a great head coach, and Coach Moore is going to be a great head coach.
Yeah. Seems like that. And he also mentioned that Coach Harbaugh tests the refs at a high level, and that he's not exactly envious of having to do that during games.
Yeah.
Like, did you notice that on the sidelines, like when he was like taking penalties from the refs or like doing that stuff, like that he was a little nervous or like?
Yeah, I could tell just the slightest bit.
Yeah.
You know, he's a little new to it. You know, having because Coach Harbaugh does it all, obviously. Yeah, Coach Harbaugh has it down to a T. You know, Coach Moore, you know, his first couple times, you know, talking to the ref, and I would be nervous too, but he handled it very well.
And then now that you've had games with Coach Moore after being head coach, he's just back in only calling the offense differently. But have you noticed a change in how he operates, or that he's maybe brought a different perspective to it?
You know, I think Coach Moore's consistent, whether he's an offensive coordinator or the head coach. You know, he's consistent all across. You know, I don't think he had to change much to be the head coach. So I wouldn't say I see anything different. He's just great at what he does. You know, when you're great at what you do, you don't have to switch for anything. You know, just do you.
He seems like he's a bit of like a hype man for the team. Is that accurate?
He's definitely a hype man. Like,
is he like giving pregame speeches in the locker room?
when he was a head coach, he was, but Coach Harbaugh does it. Coach Harbaugh gives the pregame speech. He would give you a speech at halftime, but when he was the head coach, he gave a good speech.
What was the vibe of the speech?
It was really like, it was from his heart, you know. Obviously, we all saw him cry, but it was from his heart. Like, he wanted to win, and it was genuine. It was genuine. I don't really remember what exactly he said, but it was great.
Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't just like, let's fucking go.
Nah, it was from the heart. Yeah. No problem.
How does it make you feel as players when people talk about the SEC being best conference, bigger, stronger, faster, all that stuff? How does it make you feel?
I don't really care. You know, I don't really care about, hey, the Big Ten's better, the SEC's better. We gotta play each other. You know, so it doesn't matter to me. We gotta play each other on the first, and that's that. You know, we'll see who's better.
Is there pride on the line though for the Big Ten against the SEC in this? You feel like?
You know, some people may view it that way. I don't think this team views it that way, but there's definitely people that probably view it, you know, like the pride's on the line, like, yeah.
Justin from ESPN.
How
I'm
are
also a
you?
Peloton instructor.
Oh, yes,
So
yes.
thank you for everything
Nah,
you're
thank
doing.
you,
You're
thank you.
amazing.
Yeah.
I saw your thing on game day. But
appreciate it.
can I do some Lucha Brothers with you?
For
Some
sure.
fun stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, and the
You
last
come
thing.
down there or
No,
go
no,
right
you're
here?
good. Yeah, you're good there. But then the one thing that I'm giving everyone a heads up for is like, what's your mantra going into Monday? That's going to be your last question. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Say your full name and your number for me.
Blake Corum, number 2.
All right, you ready? Let's do this. Workout in the morning or the evening?
Morning for sure.
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Morning. Run or lift?
Lift.
Sweet potato fries or regular fries?
That's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with regular fries.
Sandwiches. Arm day or leg day?
Regular.
Dogs or cats?
Oh, I like that.
Same. Have your own shoe or an award named after you?
Ooh, that's a tough one right there. Probably an award.
Why?
I'm not much of a shoe guy, you know. And shoes come and go. Awards, they last forever.
Legacy. Okay, amazing. Speaking of legacy, on Monday, what's your mantra going into the game?
Being where my feet are and taking everything in. It's the Rose Bowl and the college football playoff, Michigan versus Alabama. And being where my feet are, you know, I'm blessed. You know, thanking God for being here. And that's my mantra going into this day.
You're amazing. Best of luck. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Seriously.
I ask you about Coach Moore. Some guys said he's kind of like the juice of the team. Like, tell me about that.
Man brings the juice each and every day. He's consistent. You know, some guys, you know, they might bring the juice here and there, you know, when they want to, when they're feeling good. But Coach Moore, tired or he's energetic, it doesn't matter. He's always going to bring the juice.
When you say bring the juice, like give me an example.
He's always fired up. He starts the meetings, you know, with energy, yelling, you know, but for a good cause. You know, it's not just yelling to yell, but he's yelling just to get, because he's fired up. You know, he's ready. You know, he likes the game plan that he's putting in. You know, so he's just always energetic and bringing the energy.
So it got you believing like every play is going to potentially bust it.
Every play's gonna score. You know, that's how he has you think.
Hey, he's the ruler on the, you know, he does that with the ruler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that.
He's got a long ruler stick. He's always, you know, all right, inside zone, boom. Yeah, the tackle and the guard, they're gonna go here, boom. Like he's always hitting the board with it.
Did you guys have any good moments, you know, after his tearful speech?
Oh, great moments. It was a great win. You know, my man, he shed some tears, you know, after the game, but it was just emotions. His emotions, but yeah, we shared, we hugged. You know, the locker room was lit. It was a great win.
So it didn't surprise you that he would get emotional?
Nah, because I saw it at halftime. I saw it at halftime. Yeah.
What was that?
He was just like, we got to finish, but it was from his heart. What he was saying was, I don't really recall. It's been a little while now, but he was just very emotional. Like, we got to win this thing. You know, we got to win for Michigan, win for Coach Harbaugh. You know, it was something along those lines. I would give him a lot of credit. You know, just being able to come in and, like I told someone else, he has more top 10 wins than head coaches that have been head coaches for a long time. So kudos to him. But I give him a lot of credit. But it's just the nature of our team. We don't care who gets the credit. We give the credit to everyone because we're a team at the end of the day, and that's the beautiful thing about Michigan. Yeah, I do. Because I just sit back and think about how blessed I am, and this is a big one right here. So I'm sitting back when I'm on the bus, just looking at the views of LA, and it's the Rose Bowl. It's the Rose Bowl, and I think about it. But at the end of the day, it is a game, and we got to treat it as such. But it's Michigan versus Alabama in the Rose Bowl in the college football playoff. So you got to sit back and think about this one. Yeah. I asked him the other day, I said, hey, Coach, have you played in the Rose Bowl? And he told me, yeah. I believe twice. I believe he said twice. But he said he didn't win. He said we have to win. So, I listened to that. I took that one to heart. So we have to win.
What's your mentality going into this one after missing the Fiesta Bowl last year?
Well, first of all, I'm just blessed to be here. A lot of things can happen in a year, and it's been great. I'm glad I'm back in LA. I got surgery here in LA, so just being back a whole year later healthy, it feels good. But going into Monday, just being with my feet, taking it all in, and giving it everything I got, since I did miss last year. Probably last night we had a comedy night. Nate Jackson, I believe, was his name, and he was funny as all get up. It was a good time with the teammates, just laughing and having a good time. I just had one little, prime rib. The cream of corn was on point. It was a good meal. It's going to be at an all-time high, but you just got to remain calm. I try to remain calm and cool and collected at all times. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just treat it like a game and just do what you do. That's how it's going to be for me. I've always been confident, man. I've always been confident since I was young and playing FYF. At 6 years old, scoring 5 touchdowns. I've always been confident in my game and my preparation and my hard work. And, I always believed I was going to be something special. And I always believed that God had my back. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I like Barry Sanders, but someone asked me this question, and I just try to take a little bit from everyone and add it to my own toolbox.
Hey, how are you?
Good to you.
So you see all your teammates are playing games out there.
Yeah.
We made a very special edition of Guess Who, and you're in it.
Okay.
Have you ever played this game?
I have.
Okay, so my question to you is, they're getting really competitive. Some of your teammates went 3-0 against guys. What is your go-to question to start to knock down as many as you can? Like if you're asking who the other person is, like how would you get it done? So if I have a card and you're trying to guess who I have, what question would you be like, is it an offensive player? Is it,
Does he wear earrings?
Oh, really? Okay, that's a good one to start. You think that would knock down a few guys?
That would knock down a few.
Okay, and then what would be your next question?
Does he have short or long hair?
Short or long hair. Okay, and then what's the third one you would ask?
Third one.
You're narrowing it down now. Now we're like here. Now how you're getting it.
Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's an easy one. Is he smiling?
Is he smiling in the photo?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been immortalized in a board game before?
No, I haven't. This first time. That's amazing.
You like this game?
I do.
After you guys clinch the playoffs, who's the most famous celebrity or alumni that's reached out to you?
Derek Jeter.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Good luck. Good luck. But yeah, great guy, great connection, great man. Someone I look up to. Yeah, I've done an NIL deal with this company and Greatness to Win. Great company. I suggest y'all go get the apparel. But Derek Jeter, down to earth man, someone I look up to, and honor.